the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a joke like Chappelle Show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a joke like Chappelle Show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. Yeah. I just had to let you know. Yeah. Give me that work and I can sell it. I put it on the line like I ain't selfish, nah. The story flip if I let you tell it. Put my heart and soul in so you feel it. I ain't never faking, I'm the realest since Tupac in imprisonment, claiming his innocence. Currently, I'm the greatest rapper in a sense. But any currency, I'm still guaranteed my wins. This is coming from within, I stuff for real, I don't pretend. When the OG spilling knowledge, bet it's best you soak it in. I'm a prophet to them scholars, got them chakras opening. Got them fixing up their octaves, now they truly focused in. I'm seeing 2020 visions. Daily manifesting on my premonitions. Best to keep it neutral, got my own religion. The brainwash, gotta make your own decision. My word is James Bond, I stay on the mission. Coming for the top position, ain't no competition, man. Pull up in the top, it's missing, the opposition, and all that lane switching, this is what the game is. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a joke like Chappelle Show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a joke like Chappelle Show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know.
Up this magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laughing. Now I hit the scene, they like lights, camera, action. Living in a dream, now my music, they be blasting. Step out, I'm a star, always in the latest fashion. Had to set the bar, try to catch me lacking. Bank account for my son, he won't have to struggle. You can see it in my eyes, all I do is hustle. They tried to knock me off my feet, I'm ready to rumble. Feel like I ain't ate in weeks, working off the muscle. Oh yeah, oh my, we ride for my brothers, no lie. All you can die, never wrong, they right. I ain't changing my side, yeah, we in it for life. And I've been magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it.
From a city that's played host to 10 Super Bowls, here's a look inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Arizona Cardinals and the New Orleans Saints. This is taken about 7 yards deep. A little juke, and he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Snap comes to Murray at 1. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 17 yards on the game's opening play and a quick first down.
And the Cardinal first down.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. They'll try the left side. Hudson. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Focus, defense, focus. Line 9.
Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. He's got his man, T.J. Hawkinson. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. Throwing on 1st down is Murray. David Johnson here on the catch. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
At the Saints' 44-yard line.
They'll try the left side. Swift. A nice opening right away as he'll maneuver his way up to the 32-yard line. 12 yards the pickup. Good enough for an Arizona first.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Check.
From the 29, Murray. Open man is Kirk, complete. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Christian Kirk, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Cardinals take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. Time for our first check of the NFL scoreboard. And it's the Titans who are off to the early lead in that ball game. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
He's coming. We got double up. Look, 64, wait.
A first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Here's 2nd and 8. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
After the turnover, here's Murray. This will be caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Cardinals. As his guys are in for 6. And the Cardinals push further out in front. They've got to be thrilled on the road right now. Touchdown, turnover, touchdown, and quickly trying to make it 14-0.
Yeah, and mentioned it already. On the road, to be able to go into someone else's house and establish a start like that, obviously your confidence rises in a big way, and you're putting some doubt in their minds.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Strong right, strong right, strong right.
King now to throw again. And he will find his man on the outside. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion.
Like 5. Check, 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 check. Check, check, check.
From the gun, King. Looking long for Thomas. And that is incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
From the gun, Murray. That's going to be caught by Kirk. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
First down.
Let's go now. That's it. Get ready.
First down, Murray. Johnson's got it complete. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Murray going to throw. And the catch made by Johnson. Oh, and now some space to operate. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 12 yards the pickup. Good enough for an Arizona first. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Murray going to lead his guys up 1st and 10, and he's 8 for 8 now, throwing the ball to start the game. On the ground, this is Johnson. And bulldozing his way. Johnson on its poke free. Football's out. And this is picked up by the Saints.
We just saw the dilemma for every coach. You want them to fight for the extra yardage, but somehow continue to cover the football. Oftentimes when you fight that hard, the ball becomes exposed.
Defensively, it's obvious they're trying to be more aggressive. First tackle a little too aggressive. Second one, though, they strip it loose. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. Throwing on 3rd and long. King. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. He was trying to hit Thomas that time.
Well, Brandon, there's no question who they're going to look to on 3rd and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so they've got him blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Hudson. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Going to give this time to the tailback. They'll be brought down at the 21 after a pickup of 4.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
Right. Mike 50. Watch the pass.
On 3rd down, it's Hudson.
Check out.
And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Cardinals push further out in front. So they went to the ground game on 3rd, hoping to pick up the 1st. They also picked up a touchdown.
Offensive linemen so used in this situation to having a pass block. All right, you're looking at what it is, 3rd down. They don't care that it's 3rd and whatever. They figure they're going to throw the ball. And when you call a running play, I think you energize them. I think you juice them up because I haven't met offensive linemen yet that likes to pass block more than they like to run block. And they opened up some nice holes there for him, and he took it to the house.
And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Hey, we got right. We got right.
Yeah, let's get a sack lunch.
They'll try the left side. Landry looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
It's 3rd and 10.
On the ready. Mike 5. Hey, tighten down. There you go.
Here's King on 3rd down. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls when you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts of the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
2nd and 7 at the 43-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Check the out. Watch the safety creep.
Now a give, right side. Hudson. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A Cardinal 1st down on a gain of 13.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Yeah, Pittsburgh. And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strip.
On first down, Swift, and he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
It's a party now. That's it. It's a party now.
And now Murray's going to set up to throw. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Cameron Jordan, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. Now that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot. 3rd and long. Murray with a 3rd and long. Trying to lay one up deep. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is 3rd down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They begin on the ground with Kamara. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
At the 36-yard line.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Now King, looking to throw on 2nd down. Buying time to his left. He's going to take off with it. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a 2nd interception, really a bad throw, so maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
King off the play fake, airing it out deep for Smith. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Lutz with the extra point, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these team special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
They'll run on first down. It's Hudson, and not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
At the 15-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Let's get in there. Let's get in there.
They'll try the left side. It's Hudson. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field.
Just like that. Just like that.
3rd and 2, and here's Murray. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Jordan, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. Here comes the Cardinals punter now, standing just outside his own goal line. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. So out of bounds on the punt, and the spot will be, the side judge says, right at the 35-yard line here. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you've got this last drive here. You get the ball to start.
The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week, and we just saw their first one of this game.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Looking to throw. King. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. Thomas the intended target, but now it'll be 3rd down.
3rd down and 18.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. This time they stay on the ground. Oh, it's out. Smith lost it, and the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way, and he is in for 6. Touchdown, Cardinals. This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. That'll be taken in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. To throw is King. From the gun, he'll throw. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. King now, operating from the gun. And that will be incomplete.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And they'll let this one go right on the outskirts of the 10. They'll down it at the 11-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. We're at halftime. And the ball is knocked out, and this is picked up by the Saints. And his guys will take over at the 14-yard line in the red zone.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever.
Looking for Thomas. He's got him. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Saints take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash in for 6. Lutz good on the extra point. And that cuts the lead to 28-14. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 22-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Just his second incompletion so far. He's 8 for 10. I think he'll take 80%.
There's no doubt that he will, but if you're the defensive play caller, you better circle what you just dialed up on your play sheet and come back to it because you just caused an incompletion. You need a few more of those.
To throw again on second down. Murray going down the middle, and it's complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 23 yards the pickup there.
First down.
Ready. Mike, 56, right there, 56. Check. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship.
Murray's going to keep this himself on the RPO. Murray, a quick throw out to Kirk. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
And 10 at the 45-yard line.
Ready. 15 on it. Nice. Sweet up.
Murray to air it out again. Eluding the pressure right. He finds his man Johnson. He had a great move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield. On 3rd down, Murray. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. T.J. Green with a pick. Andy Isabella was the intended target.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big run there, 29 yards and a first.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 36. Operating from the gun. King gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31. Defensively rallying to the ball after the nice move. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down.
And 5 at the 31-yard line.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Here's King. Off play action. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Hassan Reddick. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, he's going to go for it all. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
Down here in the 3rd quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, and one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the second miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back.
And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown, Cardinals. A big play there. With his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Cardinals push further out in front. Gonzalez good on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Cardinals have got it, going the other way. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
I'm here all day. 81. Ball trot. Mike 3.
Now King off the play fake. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Josh Allen in there for sack number 22 on the year. And, folks, that's just a half sack shy now of Michael Strahan's record of 22.5 set in 2001. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, King is going to float this over the... Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 52 yards. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
He's tired of you. He's tired of us. No.
King from the gun, he'll throw. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. To throw is King. Throwing again. He'll take a shot. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
You ain't doing nothing today. Month 56. Month 56. Watch the play.
From his own end zone now, it's Murray. That ball complete to Isabella. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
To throw again on second down, Murray. And he gets it up to the 10-yard line here. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
And it's third down.
The Cardinals on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Fake handoff to Johnson. Now here's Murray. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Von Bell. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Lutz will look to add the extra point. And the lead will be cut down to 14. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line.
Anytime you field a kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Christian Kirk, the man he was looking for, and that'll bring up second down. Murray looks to throw again, 2nd and 10. Flushed out right. Alex Anzalone, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
Now this is where field awareness comes into play. He's getting perilously close to his own goal line, and after that sack, backed up to his own 2.
Well, that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot, 3rd and long. Throwing on 3rd and long. Murray. And they're going to sack him again. The 5th time they've gotten him today, and this one results in a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jordan Hicks has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Hey, normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Back to throw. King. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw and a good one.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Josh Allen picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. King now throwing on 4th down. He's going to let this one go deep. And that is incomplete. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone.
Here we go. 6-yard.
On 1st and 10, here's Murray. He gets this one to Johnson. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, 4th quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break through here on 2nd and goal? And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
2nd down and goal. Murray, he's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. From 6 yards away. And the Cardinals push further out in front. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Here's King to throw on 2nd down. Now a desperation throw. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A big play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Saints make some inroads here to that deficit. Lutz with the extra point. And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Cardinals hands team able to secure the football. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Murray's going to look to throw this thing. The 20. This one caught by Isabella. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. That one goes for 30 yards.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. Been an easy day for them.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
5:36.
From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Cardinals push further out in front. And let's count them up now. 1, 2, 3, 4 touchdown receptions for him in this game.
And just one shy of the NFL record. What a great performance. Going up and catching the football, creating space, and finding the end zone. That's what it's all about.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Buda Baker with a pick. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
On 1st down, Hudson. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Good gain there on 1st down. It keeps them in a running situation, probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Hudson. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
A gain of 7. 1st down, Cardinals.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the